Well, so what are we going to be looking forward to here in the brackets as we start off this?
Well, how about a reverse overworld for one?
Yay! And so, also as you notice, we're not going to start on a screen that gives you a candle, which was one of the Swiss round flags.
So our enemies are plus or minus 2 HPA. We don't know what kind of dungeon set we have yet. It is mixed dungeons, so it could be straight first, could be straight second, or it could be a mix. We are playing with a first quest mixed overworld, so that could be fun. And there's some other surprises that we gotta be looking for also.
Looks like Ryan is having a bit of fun with the moblins here, just trying to do whatever he can to get around. Redbirdgrad using the screen scroll to get himself an advantage over towards the graveyard shop. So that's where you can see some screen scrolling between these two. You get to see the advantage here. One other thing that Redbirdgrad is doing here, and we're noticing it right now, he's making it a priority to see what this Armo statue does. Unfortunately, it's not going to be the item. Now, so as would be expected in a swordless mode, the wand is your best friend. But you may not get it soon. You may not even get it until you're in level 9.
Yes, absolutely. And if we have one of those awesome seeds where both the wand and the red candle, for example, are in level 9, which I have seen, that could be some fun.
Well, what could be so fun right now for Redbirdgrad is getting off this ladder. Those Gyptos will not leave him alone, trying to find an opening. It's like a running back trying to slip through the defensive line to get himself some positive yardage. Unfortunately, the Gyptos are playing perfect defense today.
Just have to take the up and in, just walk back around, probably saving more time in the long run than fighting
definitely
with them trying to come down.
At this point, you have to just pretty much surrender because those Gyptos are relentless, and if you hug them, you are dead.
Sometimes you just have to let the mummy win. Ryan is looking around in the grave. With the reverse overworld, there's a little bit of a difference in how you can do the grave. Just gotta remember which tombstones you can push and which ones you can't.
And here's another creative moment here for Redbirdgrad. As he goes into the cave at the top of the waterfall by way of screen scrolling. Mirrored Overworld allows some very interesting screen scrolls that would not be even possible in a regular speedrun of this game because of the regular Overworld. And he ended up getting hit with a Lino beam here. Gonna have to be careful as he tries to get inside the waterfall. Gets it for 27 rupees, so our medium secret is 27.
Yeah, not a bad one. It's kind of lower than normal, but medium was kind of the one that we actually really want to. So to have that one not that great kind of hurts.
All that will come to be. Oh, the wand is the Arbos item.
Well, that's fun. Kind of a free one.
Disappointed by that.
Oh, I am. I wanted these guys to have to find that, but this,
well, they
this
did
find
find
made
it.
To be different. Well, yes.
They found it. Just they didn't find it the way you were hoping they were going to find it.
And knowing the way Redbird plays these, he'll be finding that pretty soon too. He's probably gonna take a walk right over there.
Yeah, the problem is that he's on the wrong end of this world at this point. He's got to get himself back over to that Armos area. The problem is that's 1 versus the 3 that he may make of a stronger priority. Also, that overworld spot is a really nasty spot to start because of deaths are going to be extremely painful. As we find level 7, Ryin7 named his file names something regarding level 7. And it was a day towards Redbirdgrad, and that's the first level we find. And by the way, this is going to be a first quest level 7.
So we know that levels 7, 8, and 9 will be first quest at this point. 1 through 6 could be second quest, or they could be straight first.
So we ended up seeing Ryin7 start off in what is the reverse C room, where you have to fight off against the Wall Masters in the vanilla run. So this is going to be in the bottom left corner.
Yeah, it could be one of those level 7s where you walk around for a long time.
Well, You know, Ryan's channel names was Stay a Bit in 7 Redbirdgrad. Maybe that will entice him to. We find level 2, and so let me see here. This is looking like first quest level 2, so it's going to be first quest dungeons all around. Not 100% certain. Don't quote me on that just yet. I'm waiting to see if something will cause me to believe differently, but this is looking strong. Like this is first quest level 2.
Yeah, I think you're right, because it is.
And that key placement confirms it to me.
Yep, that key kind of gave that away. Can't kill those dongos yet. To answer CF Mag in chat, yeah, the mixed overall can play with you if you're not used to it. Ryan, unfortunately, seeing a mugger room can't pay the toll, or chooses not to at this point in time. So that's one thing we actually didn't discuss, Rick. Everyone's favorite red bubbles. They do something a little bit different in this flag set.
What do they do?
Well, they make things very confusing. They like to reverse our controls. So
Yay!
when you push up, you're going to be walking downwards, and vice versa.
I love inverted controls. Inverted controls for an inverted overworld. That's a whole lot of fun. Now, we do see Ryan trying to kill around some of these enemies. That's because he would really love to find some bomb droppers. And as kind of confirmed here, Redbirdgrad is heading towards the volume of the armor items. But I do know that Redbirdgrad is one of those runners who likes to prioritize getting the armor item. So the fact that he's heading to the 3 that do not have an item is a little troubling, but it's not going to cost him a boatload of time unless he takes a death. And he's going to go visit the fairy fountain to make sure that he doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of time before he goes to that vanilla blue ring shop, as long as he can pass these mummies, of course. And something that we did notice so far, Rick, is our enemies in our underworld are going to be the difficult ones, to say the least. We're going to have our wizards, our dark nuts, and our guerrillas.
Finals and wizrobes in the dungeons? Oh my!
Yeah, we got the triple threat. Guerrillas, not Lionels.
So we've already got some people calling out this easy seed, and you know, that's kind of understandable. We've had a few seeds that have gone over 2 hours, and those are the ones that you've mentioned about before. Those are the ones that you see the wand being level 9. They're evil.
Well, I mean, we can't call it kind just yet. It really depends on what our dungeons have. We have dungeons that are just wizard packed. That wand's not going to do too much for us, other than making the overworld a little bit easier.
Yeah, but at least the wand will give you a better chance of getting some bombs for those wizrobes, as we do see Redbirdgrad trying to deal with the firing squad to get through them. That was a little dicey with 1 heart remaining.
Yeah, I kind of got the hair on his head shaved off a little bit by the last one there. Ryan did get some bombs, so you can actually start exploring a little bit more.
You get that shave and a haircut. Nice replenishment of the bombs for Ryan as he finds out that Monocle Rock does not have a bomb cave this time around. And this, have we determined which overworld is? This is mixed quest, isn't it?
Yes, this is full mixed quest, so it can be anything of the first or second. And level 2 will always be a fairy fountain, or a fountain in general. We'll have our lovely 2 river spots, of course.
What makes them lovely?
Because they're really hard to route in, and they're just kind of out in the middle of nowhere. And
hey!
RBG finds a scandal.
Yep, that is what takes the place of the wooden sword. So, therefore, getting it right there at the vanilla letter location there, that at least will allow Redbirdgrad to maybe get some bombs, but he really needs to watch out for his health before he ends up taking a death. Oh, wow, how did he stop that Octorok? That was just perfect timing for that.
Yeah, he just juked that Octorok rock back at him and just happened to avoid it. Gonna try to get some hearts probably before going down into the forest.
There he goes. He got 1 because these armors they can do 1 heart of damage, and at this point now Redbirdgrad has kind of an idea. It's an either-or scenario where this Armos item is going to be. It's either going to be at this last Armos here, southeast to 2, or it's going to be over at the along the lake. We know it's along the lake. Redbirdgrad doesn't know that, but how he treats the next move after this will give us some insight on his prioritizing.
I wouldn't be shocked if he... Ooh, that is nice.
Nice!
I wouldn't be shocked if RBG heads straight over there after he finds out that it's not here.
Especially if he ends up taking a death. If he goes right back to start, he's heading right straight for the Lake Armos.
So we got some money. Knowing RBG, he's going to use that to probably buy keys. Or hints, of course. RBG has to be very careful here with that. That's not going to lead him anywhere because he doesn't have that flute yet.
Well, one other thing we're going to see from Redbirdgrad. Yeah, he wants to get to the Armos item, but he's not going to finish off his current routing to go for it. He wants to at least see what these caves are going to have, because if there's nothing in these caves, then why come back to these spots? As we see Ryan trying to get himself around to at least get him some options.
And you'll see Redbird find out what the coast item is here momentarily.
What do you think the coast item is going to be?
Considering we have the early wand, I want to see the silvers there with the ladder and 9.
Well, that would be extremely nice, but first we're going to find that level 3 exists right here, which will give Redbirdgrad a chance to up and A to replenish his health. That's a great strategy to employ, and now he's going to head north and find out that the item is bombs.
So that would be the white sword if we had a sword, but we don't, so it's not.
And there's some more bombs right there on the floor, right there. And Redbirdgrad is also finding out another thing about this seed. About that this first quest, at least levels 1 through 6 in his mind. And interestingly enough, he's going to try... Oh, he's just going for the bomb wall. I thought he was going to try to get those Lamolas and the... Oh boy! Another Lamola right there.
Yeah, typically when you see one Lamola, you see multiples.
Yeah, I see at this point Redbirdgrad saying, nope, I'm not doing that.
And then we see a Dig Dagger, so if that is our Triforce, we might have to come back here later.
Ryan getting another of the 140s at this point. So Lamo Cities, this level 3. That's a Dig Dagger and 2 Lamolas. There's a Bomb Force for Redbirdgrad, and he does the trick where you end up killing one of the 2. The second one dies. You don't have it permanently dead. I think you get like 2 passes through the room. So he's going to have to be careful as he makes his way through this level 3 because he's on borrowed time at this point in regards to this room. And we find dark nuts together with our ropes.
Thankfully those Lamolas were on the squishy side, so if he does have to come back, it could be worse.
He's going to try to tackle this room as much as he can because, unfortunately, with what I just said in regards to that Lamola there in that first room, he's on borrowed time, takes a hit, wants to stay alive, gets a heart container for his efforts. Nice job, Redbirdgrad. And, of course, he can't do anything else. There's a key door.
Now, you'll see Ryan have a little bit of an easier time here just because he has that wand. He won't have to use his bombs to take those Lamolas out.
Yeah, but there he goes. He's going to go see that bomb upgrade right there. And so Redbirdgrad at this point, I think he's going to try to bomb these 3 spots if he can get to them. Or maybe try to see if he can't kill at this point. This is such a dangerous decision to make. If it works, it works. But unfortunately, he finds a 5-drop and decides, nope, it's not worth getting hit for 2 hearts to grab those. And he does the damage boost right there to save himself 2 hearts. He's going to get hit for a half a heart compared to losing 2.
Choosing not to check the bomb caves here.
He's got something else in mind here. Okay, he's going to check this one first, which turns out not to be a spot because we're in Mixed Quest Overworld.
And now he's going to go burn the forest probably. Gotta dodge the Lionel firing squad, of course.
Meanwhile, at this point, Redbirdgrad will know that what he is seeking as far as the almost item is going to be along the lake, but unfortunately for him, he's trying to take care of other things. He's trying to route it, which is nice unless we find dungeons on this path, and that wand would have been very nice to be able to complete those dungeons.
Yeah, you see Ryan able to clean out this level 3, just because he has that wand. It's going to give him a little bit of a exploration advantage until RBG can come across the blue ring Armos and pick up his wand as well.
Turns out Ryan wants absolutely nothing to do with that room with the vicious enemies right there. Gets his face burned for another half a heart versus 2. And so Ryan's going to try to complete this room right here with the Lamola. Gets a key for his efforts, which was good. He's going to find the unfortunate news here by trying to bomb into the room to the left that, unfortunately, there exists a ladder block.
Now, this room won't have anything to drop in it other than maybe a key or possibly a compass or a map. Dark Rooms will never drop a Triforce or an item.
So Ryan now knows that if he wants to get further into this level, he's going to have to spend a key.
Takes the downward route first. Interesting one. I probably would have gone left just because there's more rooms.
Yeah, but he wants to see what this room has while that blue Lamola is dead, so I can totally understand this idea too.
So RBG has found any roads. That'd be very good for him if he brings them closer to where the Armos is.
And he completes his path through here. We find another room that has 4 blue dark nuts, 1 red dark nut, and a rope.
And it looks like RBG is on the path to the Armos check, so he'll be getting his candle as soon as he gets over towards the Vanilla Ring. He finds level 1 though, which is very nice himself.
It's nice, except for what's in here. And,
red bubbles.
Well, we find our first case of red bubbles, and he sees the map out there on the floor, but he also does not want to deal with the inverted controls of the red bubbles, so he decides, I'm going to choose a different path.
So, Rick, why does everyone like level 1?
Well, level 1 has your chance of getting 2 items. One that's on the floor, one is going to be out there on the floor. It's also a small and compact dungeon. Those are good reasons to love level 1. The problem with level 1 is that you can find yourself in key trouble.
Ryan finding all the bombs, but doesn't really need them. I think RBG's trying to build up a 10 count here on these Vires. Gonna kill a couple of them, get some... build his 10 count, and then bomb the last one to get some bombs back. Wow, picks up 8 bombs off 1 bomb. Nice.
Perfect patience there for Redbirdgrad, and this is something that you're going to see out of this All Boards No Swords tournament here, is the realization. Hey, we find the item in level 3, by the way. We're going to find out what it is as soon as Ryan deals with some red bubbles. There's also a compass that's on the floor in this room, so we're going to also find out where this Triforce is going to be if Ryan can make a mad dash. He's trying to make a break and he ends up getting bubbled, so now his controls are inverted. Silver's in 3!
So that's all well and good. However, we don't have a bow yet, so until we have that, not going to help us. And RBG finds something equally nice, and actually more helpful at this point in the game.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be very, very beneficial for him. And you see what I think Ryan's just trying to be extremely careful through here. Does not want to take a death. His controls are inverted at this point, so he doesn't want to make the wrong move as he's making his way through here and takes the death. There he goes. He gets that silver arrows.
Now, nice bomb upgrade here for RBG. Picks up, gets 4 bombs for 92. Not a bad price.
Yeah, it's actually a decent price. And so at this point, Brian is going to be trying to figure out, oh, I think I know what is going on here. You know, one of those difficult rooms that had the 4 blue dark nuts, the 1 red dark nut, and the rope? That's your Triforce room. We'll see you later.
Yeah, I mean, he has the wand, so if he wants to, he can clear it. Issue is, blue dark nuts do a lot of damage very quickly if they touch you.
Yeah, the problem is how many hearts he has at this point. He's got 5 hearts, and with inverted controls at this stage. That is a recipe for disaster.
RBG also doing the dance of the red bubble, trying to avoid getting touched.
So I may have misspoke earlier, and I said that 1 item's on the floor, 1 item's on the floor. I meant 1 item's on the floor, the other one's going to be in a staircase. And we do find that the Triforce is right there on the open for the taking, and Redbirdgrad is going to grab it.
Yeah, I thought that's what you said, but I wasn't sure, so that's why I didn't say anything. Gonna go back in and look for the staircase item in this level 1. It is pretty small. He has a lot of the rooms done. It's just a matter of if we can get around those pancakes or not.
He already found the staircase item. What he's looking for is the one that's on the floor. The any key was the one that was in the staircase. Nice damage boost. Gotta make sure that you don't get bopped. And there's the blue bubbles in case you did get bopped.
Yeah, there's a dig dagger blocking 1 room.
Yeah! That's something that you don't really want to see. And so Ryan's going to head to the Fairy Fountain. That is going to be clearing him of his inverted control curse at this point. There are how many ways of clearing out an inverted control curse there, Mr. Dark Falls?
I believe it is 5. It's a potion, a save and quit, a Fairy Fountain, a Triforce.
I see a power bracelet. It's not the way you can clear yourself of a curse, but at least Redbirdgrad's going to be able to get that, so therefore he can get the item and out of this level 1.
Nice to have both items out of 1 level, so you have to come back here. And with this mixed overworld, that power bracelet actually opens up quite a bit more spots for him.
So, sorry to interrupt you there. So, you were saying it is of the following ways?
So, a potion, a level 2, a Fairy Fountain, a save and quit, or grabbing a Triforce to clear a... or hitting a blue bubble, of course.
A level 2 can clear your bubble curse?
If there's blue bubbles inside it, yes.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Now, Rick, if you are RBG and you find your wand at the 30-minute mark, how are you feeling at that point?
Considering the fact that the wand is as free as it is, I would not be feeling exactly ecstatic knowing that I could have had this like maybe 20 minutes ago and made some progress in some of these levels. So I would not be feeling exactly good about myself. And I know that Ryan is somebody who plays Randomizer quite frequently too, so it's not like you're playing somebody who you have a major advantage over.
Yeah, Ryan is definitely a strong competitor, so RBG really needs to get that wand sooner than later. So use the quick Triforce in level 2, gonna pass it up for now, gonna look for that item. It will be hanging out on the ground. The one thing with this, oh hello Wizards, it might be combat blocked. That's the only issue with level 2.
Notice that Redbirdgrad wants to get inside that door. And just a reminder, Redbirdgrad is not with a red ring in his arsenal. He is playing with the red starting tunic.
So he just despawned the orange wizard, just to go back to a Tektite. Takes out with the candle.
Yeah, that's a nice way of knowing how the mechanics of this game works, is that it does, when you shuffle the enemies, takes different enemies and makes it the primary enemy. When you have multiple enemies inside of a room, you try to see what that primary enemy is and see if you get a more favorable enemy. In this case, the Tektite was the favorable one. Hey, do you just read it for the articles? That's what the old man wants you to pay 33 rupees for.
So now we have some hints over on Ryan's side. Those are very, very good to find. However, we don't have our book, so we cannot understand what those old men are saying.
I think we can understand what the old man is saying. He's just saying that he's reading it for the articles.
Uh-oh. RBG has been cursed.
He entered this race. I think he was cursed from that start. So, inverted controls, there's going to be the first of the items there with the heart container right there on the floor. That's good to see at the very least, so that way you're not worrying about that aspect. And hey, there's a Pole's voice.
So this is a fantastic dungeon. It has Pole's voice, it has wizrobes. Yeah, a lot of fun things in this dungeon.
It's got Zolls in here. I mean, what more could you ask for from this level? Maybe it's in this room. It is! It's the book!
Now, he's going to pick that up, so when he finds that hint shop, he can actually buy those hints at this point. At least the book was free. He didn't have to go through a lot of combat for it, so that's a good thing for him.
And so far, all of the items that we've seen so far have not required combat, which is good. However, this game is not done and over with. There's this thing called the bow that we still need to have at some point in time.
So we just saw something interesting. RBG actually just bombed the wrong side of Death Mountain. So I hope that's not a level. That right-hand part of Death Mountain is the one that actually bombs on the reverse overworld.
Actually, I think Ryan did try to bomb it earlier, and he ended up finding that there's nothing there, so it's going to actually turn out to be no foul here for Redbirdgrad.
So, if you see Redbirdgrad kind of taking odd movements, he is still bubble cursed. With him being back at start, he could do a save and quit. That would get him his regular controls back, but he is probably trying to get some bombs before he does that.
Like, well, Ryan is currently consulting his map, trying to make sure where he needs to be, trying to make the right decisions in life.
And those are some pricey bombs.
Yes, 37 rupees to buy a package of bombs. How delicious.
RBG not having any bomb luck at all.
He needs to get to that Armos. We're now at the 28-minute mark. At Ryin7 currently does not have any Triforces, but is starting to make his way through the seed. Now, you gotta give Redbirdgrad some credit for how much he's getting through the seed without the device of a wand, but he's got to be getting very, very close to this so-called thing, but he's just continuing to search places that he knows of. Ryan finding level 8 up on Death Mountain.
I think at this point it's gonna be more of a taxing issue for him, knowing how free that wand was, and thinking in the back of your mind that someone like Ryin7, who is very practiced at this game and who has just found a raft, is might have a very large advantage now that you've gotten your wand almost 30 minutes in.
You know, the interesting thing about the raft is it's only really required for one spot in the inverted overworld.
Yes, because you can actually screen scroll into the coast spot. So it's actually even more useless than it was before. So it's kind of on the level of the recorder, but not quite, because the recorder actually has a lot of other uses.
I mean, who knows? We could see the raft coming into play in one of these levels coming up later on down the road.
It does look like with his path that RBG is going on, he should be coming across his recorder sorry, his wand sooner than later.
The only question that comes into play here... Hey, we find Gomas in this level 8. That's going to be interesting. The only question that will come into play at this point is how does Redbirdgrad play once he finds that the wand was the Armos item? Second item is the boomerang, and Ryin7 is going to actually go pick that up. Why do you want to have a boomerang in Swordless Play, Dark Falls?
So, in Swordless Play, we want to conserve bombs. So something like the boomerang, we can actually use it to stun enemies into like a big dog pile, and then just bomb the snot out of them in one shot instead of having to go after individual ones. It's also helpful in defeating things like Keats that might have 0 HP, since we do have a ±2 HP skill. So if we have any 0 HP enemies, that boomerang can actually kill them without using any resources.
Redbirdgrad finding level 5. He's going to duck out of here for now, because I think he wants to check something before he goes deeper into any dungeons.
Yeah, he knows his Armos is right above him, so he's going to definitely try to go for that. And
Yep,
make her be on right back to 5.
Yep, he's going right now. So the door repair text says no loitering. Well, when you're just reading it for the articles, you are loitering.
RBG about to be very, very happy with what he finds here.
Happy or annoyed, you be the judge. There's the wand for Redbirdgrad. Don't forget, he's got the book.
I would say happy, but maybe a little bit anxious, considering that it's now 31 minutes in and he's just picking that up.
I think like I said, I think at the 31-minute mark, he's feeling kind of about it. Like, you know, you've got to be alright about getting it. Oh, takes a death before you can go to 5.
Yeah,
that's not going to help. You can't have a Z1R race without a Lino death.
I mean, Lionels kind of do their Lionel things. That's kind of one of the specialties, just throwing the swords wherever they want to, and people just walk into them half the time. And those are some beefy blue Archer Arcs. Gonna take 2 one-shots to kill one. And there's our white sword item, just a heart container.
Well, at least you see that the heart container is now out of play, because this set does not use the addition of the heart containers into the pool, does it?
It does not. So that heart container is the coast heart container.
So therefore, now you know. Well, Redbirdgrad's already been through 1 and 2, so it doesn't really matter to him, but now you know you're not going to find a heart container instead of a stairwell.
Correct. Now with his wand, Redbird is just kind to go blow through the seed, and we have the Ryin7.
Ryin7, which is a good discovery to find out. Nice to know that. Raft is an 8. We just saw that from Ryan, but that's news here to Redbirdgrad. By the way, we have not found all the levels just yet. And Aquamentus has the power bracelet, which Redbirdgrad already picked up. So that's 2 new pieces of information here for Redbirdgrad. First of all, for defense, he's got the Red Ryin7 that he can depend on. If he wants to go a few extra rooms to get to it, depending on where the Triforce is. Ryan desperately just trying to play this Gleeok carefully. Down, oh, he takes a death. And you know the worst thing to have is taking a death when you have a potion in your pocket.
Yeah, gut feeling says RBG will not dig 7 if he finds a Triforce first. I'm sure he'll check the staircase on the way to the Triforce, but he's not going to go out of his way to look for that. That's going to be a Triforce and run with someone of his talent. RBG actually being one of the newest members of the Sub 30 Club for Legend of Zelda No Up A, so congrats to him. He just did that last week. He's gotten a couple of them since then, so that's an awesome achievement to Redbird for joining the Sub 30 for Vanilla No Up A. RBG now walking around level 8 where he'll find his draft and his boomerang. I don't think he'll really care about either one of those at this point, given that we are almost 40 minutes in.
Well, he's still going to grab the raft. Like I pointed out, we have not seen all the levels just yet. We are missing 4, 6, and level 9. We haven't seen any of those 3, and they could be anywhere. They still could be on one of those 2 raft islands. They could be on the raft island that you definitely need the raft to pick up. So it's still a good find at this point. As we do see Redbirdgrad maybe picking up the boomerang. You know, again, as you pointed out earlier, it's a good way of lumping enemies together. So why wouldn't you want to at least try to help yourself out a little bit?
One advantage that RBG does have also over Ryan right now is he has the any key. And Ryan only has 1 key, so that could be playing a factor in this also.
Oh, definitely. Ryan could be making some routing choices based around the fact that he only has that 1 key. Now, Ryan is about to go up against Gliok. Round number 2. Fight.
So if you get hit by a Gliok, you want to get hit by one of the heads because it only does a quarter heart damage. Those fireballs, however, take a full heart off, so you gotta be really careful.
Already taken 3 hits so far. Got 2 of the heads off. But the most stressful part begins right now when you have all 3 of them flying around. He tackles it, grabs the key, which is good, and Redbirdgrad is going to grab that boomerang. There is the Triforce for Ryan, and so therefore, that is Ryan's first Triforce. When Redbirdgrad grabs it, that is going to be his second. Third, rather, yes. His third, that's what I meant to say. So, you know, one of the things that we mentioned about Redbirdgrad is, yeah, he might not be feeling like he's ahead because of that 30-minute wand, but look at all the things that Redbirdgrad has done without that wand in hand. He got the Triforces and both items out of level 1. He got the Triforce and the item out of 2. The only thing that he's missing is the silver arrows out of 3.
Yeah, RBG is definitely one to watch throughout this whole tournament. He is potentially favored in the top 5 to win, I would say. He is just so good at both Vanilla and Randomizer that he could win any race that he's in, given any day of the week, pretty much.
And one thing to point out is that Redbirdgrad hasn't been playing a whole lot of Randomizer of late. This is one of his first real executions of these flags. So take that into consideration with how he's playing this seed right at this point, because Redbirdgrad's been a little busy with the vanilla game, being one of the newest minted runners in the Sub 30 Club.
So while there are a lot of blocks and stuff, we know that Redbird can get to that Triforce. It's just a matter of finding the correct path.
Yep, Ryan was able to do it without the ladder or without the bow, and he was able to do so by way of heading left out of here, which is what Redbirdgrad's going to be doing in just a moment as well. He's going to have to face off against the upcoming Gliok here. Nasty room for the Gliok. This is also a vanilla room of the Gliok at this point. Not at its vanilla location in level 8, but you don't usually see a 4-headed Gliok or 4-headed Gliok in this style of room in level 8.
RBG just showed his combat prowess at taking out this Gliok, making it look very easily.
Well, the thing that he's doing is he's being patient. He's not being overly aggressive. And that is why he allowed Gliok to do what he did, but was not in position to take the damage.
Yeah, if you kind of walk in like a U pattern, You'll actually move with Gleok's heads, and you'll be able to avoid the fireballs a little bit easier. Once they start floating around, though, it gets a little bit more complicated, but that U pattern is still kind of what you want to do.
So we got the firing squad here for Redbirdgrad, and so therefore he's going to want to try to be careful, but ends up taking a couple of bops already. Oh, down to 2 hearts now. It's a standoff, and he finishes off the deal with the blue Lionel. Good job. He'll get a heart container pickup for his efforts. Good job, Redbirdgrad.
Ryan getting his any keys, so he evens up that advantage that RBG had. I'm going to get a full pack of bombs as well, maybe, thinking about it, and yeah, he picks him up.
Makes a lot of sense at this point, but Ryan does not know, most importantly, he does not know where the red ring is. We know, based on the hint that Redbirdgrad saw, that it is in level 7. We see the push block here for the power bracelet, and it is going to be just a money-making game. We are still on the lookout for 3 levels. We don't know where they are. They could be anywhere.
Yeah, we've traversed a lot of this overworld so far, so to have 3 dungeons at large kind of puts that power bracelet in the recorder and play a little bit more. RBG trying to get a 2, gets a Octorok bop before getting the 10 count. But finds a
and he will find that it's a bomb. He finds that it's a bomb shot, but that still is a painful bot to have. That's going to kick him up 37 rupees off his budget right there. And I don't think we're going to see Redbirdgrad really try to prioritize getting the blue ring, especially that he knows it's in 7. You know, if you really, really want the defense, you can go into 7 and get it there. Ryan is going to get the power bracelet. He does see it in the like because he has the wand. He can afford to get swallowed up by the like. That's something that we didn't mention when Redbirdgrad was going up against those likes. If he got swallowed up by the likes, he's down to either bombs or an up and A at that point.
You could also use your boomerang that you picked up to stun it, and then just walk in and pick it up without it eating you.
Right, but when Redbirdgrad was there, he didn't even have that.
Little surprised that RBG hasn't headed back to level 5, but that's where he could be going right now.
Well, he may be thinking about it, but I think he wants to live long enough to see level 5.
He wants to avoid eating his own wand fire, though.
I was about to go there myself, yeah. You definitely don't want to do that.
Eating fire, bad idea.
Lighting your face on fire, bad idea.
He's still looking.
He was gonna go for the poverty heart.
I was too.
Definitely not poverty at 28 rupees.
The pity heart is something that everyone.
Wrong side, RBG. Wrong side. Let's hope that's not one of those 2-3 levels that we're missing.
Yeah, that could be troublesome. That's one of the quirks of this reverse overworld and not playing it before a tournament. It kind of messes with your mind a little bit of where you have to bomb it or use your candle.
There is the magical sword replacement of a bomb upgrade. That's the thing. Those are not just bombs. They're bomb upgrades, aren't they? Or are they just bombs?
No, not in this flag set. That's just a 4-pack now.
Oh, well, those are a great 4-pack of bombs right there. If you ever need it, you just need to have anywhere between, what is it, 10 and 14 hearts to go ahead and grab it.
Yeah, we took that crutch out after the switch round. We don't get that +2 anymore. It's just a pack of bombs, basically. RBG refilling up his money after buying all those bombs. White sword ammo was a heart container.
So yes, for those of you who are just tuning in into this race, Redbirdgrad had a 29-minute wand grab. Ryan, it was more like about a 5-minute wand grab, and the biggest difference right there was the fact that Ryan went right towards the lake almost early. Redbirdgrad did a little bit of exploration, but Redbirdgrad right now leads this game on a 3-2 Triforce advantage, and Redbirdgrad's in his favorite dungeon ever. Level 7.
Now, it'll be very interesting if this is a quick Triforce, if he just grabs it and runs, which I think is what he's going to do. I don't think he's going to stand around here looking for that red ring.
Redbirdgrad here, dealing with the Grias that go down. Oh, there's the easy Triforce 3 rooms in!
Very, very squishy Garia too, which is nice to see.
He is gone. He's leaving. That's it. He's not going back in. That red ring can stay in there. That could be 31 rooms deep. Redbirdgrad's not getting it now.
I think that's like Christmas for Redbirdgrad, knowing that he never needs to go into level 7 again. Goes right back over to level 5 though.
I think the choir will be singing hallelujah on that decision right there. You can't blame Redbirdgrad for making that decision whatsoever.
No, especially with some of his play caliber. Red Ring is nice, but he does have a lot of hearts, and he is very adept at combat, so that's not something that he's going to care about.
Creeps by a lake.
Remember that raft I was making fun of?
Yeah, I remember that raft you were making fun of. That is the one raft spot that you need the raft no matter what. But also remember the fact that Redbirdgrad misfired on a lakefront room?
Yeah, on Burn Row, that's true. Now, one good thing for Redbirdgrad is he knows what the lake screens are. So that could be the thing of where he goes back to, because he knows what to look for.
He's going to go grab this 10th heart. Both of our runners inside level 5. Ryan finding out that the Triforce is down towards the bottom. Redbirdgrad had grabbed that earlier. We find ourselves with a ladder block on this end of the level 5. Is he trying? He's trying for a bomb force, and Moldorm says no.
Moldorm doing what Moldorm does best.
This isn't Link to the Past. He's not knocking him off a platform.
And just some blue Lemolas guarding a Triforce. No big deal, huh?
Yeah, well, you have a wand, you have 10 hearts. This shouldn't be a problem. Just get yourself towards the door and fire at will. Hey, there's the bait block. Redbirdgrad, you remember him buying some bait just a few moments ago? Well, I hope you enjoyed that hint. Dig Dogger has the recorder! Ooh. Hello there! That's a very useful hint!
Yes, especially since we, as you said, we do have 3 Triforces at large at the moment.
By the way, you need the bait to get that hint. There's no other way to get that hint. What if Ryan grabs this Triforce and leaves and doesn't get the recorder?
It's possible. I mean, he is kind of looking around for the item, but if he chooses to run, that's going to be a powerful hint.
You can tell that Ryan wasn't really happy with the Yo Quiero Taco Bell reference right there.
Always get a clock when you have one more enemy to kill. Always the way. So now, Rick, the question is, where exactly is this item hiding? And B, what song are we going to be hearing?
Well, I think the answer to number 1 is it's hiding somewhere in this level 5. Where exactly? I don't know. I almost want to say it's in this room above this jackpot bar room that both of these runners are in, but I have nothing that supports that decision. Redbirdgrad down to a heart has to abandon his current plan and decides I haven't been in that room just yet above the jackpot bar room, and no, it's just an NSU room with 3 red darknuts. Ryan's got to be careful himself. He's down to a half of a heart. What makes this even more troubling here for Ryan is that he's got one of those Lamola dead, so the next time he goes to that door, that Triforce is visible.
Redbird getting beamed by the turret. Does get his Triforce 7-5. We'll see if he goes back in with a couple dungeons so large. I think he will.
He has to at this point. I really think both of these runners have to go back in here because of the fact that you know that it's recorder, or at least Redbirdgrad knows that it's the recorder. You have to go back in here until you find that you can't access this by way of a ladder block. But this right here unlocks unlocks a bunch of spots on this mixed quest overworld, and you kind of have to at this point.
So as you were saying about ladder blocks, there is a ladder block to one singular room.
The more that we're going through this here, Dark Falls, the more I am thinking that this is going to be a ladder-blocked item.
It's definitely feeling that way. We do have that one room that Redbirdgrad just saw that's ladder blocked, and it's actually ladder blocked from this direction as well, it looks like.
Let's see what else we've got. He can go to the right. Is there a staircase in this room? No, it is an NSU room. That means that the recorder is in the one room that they have not gotten into. It is a ladder-blocked recorder.
So we know without that flute quite yet that we still have to look for it, and that means if our ladder is in that could be a situation, Rick. If our ladder is in level 9, have to come back out to get the item in 5.
Ryan opening up the arrow. The arrow. Well, that was where the so that was where the white sword was. That was interesting.
So Redbirdgrad actually showing off another feature of this reverse overworld. We can't screen scroll back over to the grave. We actually have to take the long walk around.
That is correct, and the way you do that is you have to do it the long way. But you also have to do it the reverse of the long way. And that's what? Up, right, down, right.
Okay,
Here
we're
we
about
go.
to take a sail.
We are going to sail over the water, and we're going to find out if this is level 6. Goma is not there.
Well, we got a couple more spots we can check still. Kind of just retracing through the steps at the moment. RBG is going to the end. No, we'll see where he's heading off to now. Gotta check the push block here.
54 minutes in. We are still missing 3 levels. 4, 6, and 9. We know the recorder is in level 5. That recorder is ladder blocked. Redbirdgrad getting a bunch of bombs. Unbelievable bomb luck right there.
Always nice to get a quick fill up right before the coast.
By the way, this right here is a spot by a lake, and there's our level 6.
That's both good and bad for our RBG. Good that he didn't necessarily need that spot on Burn Row. Bad that it might take him a little bit longer to get back here because he actually passed the spot a couple times.
The so-called forgotten spot, filled with such fun and enjoyment as Redbirdgrad goes into level 3. We know this is where he will get the silver arrows. And it has Wizrobes in here, Dark Falls.
Everybody's favorite. We'll see if there's any kind of forced combat. As of right now, not looking too bad. That is a ladder blocked, however.
Yes, it is. Can Ryan go to the right and up? We'll see. He wanted to check this room to see if it was a Triforce, rather. Here is a diamond staircase. Could this be the item? No.
Well, it gets him further along the top path.
Moved him, all of maybe 4 rooms over, but, you know, we continue our search. Here's a double. Nope, this has got a drop in it, so this will not be a staircase. We know that the Triforce is down on the bottom. That compass is actually a good find here for Ryan, because you don't want to be clearing out a whole lot of rooms unnecessarily to find out that they've got nothing in them.
Now, you say this Triforce down on the bottom. That is kind of interesting, because we've seen a transport staircase. So we know that's not going to bring us to the bottom. And that left part of level 6 is quite a mess of choke points right in a row.
Are you possibly passing around a suggestion that we may find ourselves with another ladder block?
That would be highly probable at this point, considering he has to go through 5 rooms in a row.
I think you might be right on this idea of yours, as Redbirdgrad gets his 5th Triforce piece of the seed.
However, now he has to still find level 4 and 6. Gonna go back to level 3 and grab his silvers.
And level 9. Ooh, a feat of strength will lead to the heart container, but that is for the white sword item. If Ryan hadn't already seen that heart container, you know what would be rolling through his minds? That there'd be a dungeon underneath the power.
Ryan has not seen that yet.
No, he did see it. He did check the arrow a little bit ago. So he has seen the white sword item.
Sadly, no ladder block in level 6. The start was too close to it.
Oh, but
that is that's even worse.
Oh, that's 6 blue Wizrobes. In a room that you don't want to see 6 blue Wizrobes. You talked about there being no forced combat room? Well, guess what, Dark Falls? We have it here. Oh, this is enjoying too here. This room that's blocking a room by way of a shutter door. And we're still looking for that other staircase. That's a nice clock, though.
Nice fairy also. Fairy
that
playing
fairy juking him out.
Dodging the boomerang. It disappears. Yeah, no item here either, so our item is ladder blocked. RBG is going back to the Forgotten Spot though, so he will find level 6 also.
Yes, he will. This will be a decent find for Redbirdgrad. He won't like what he's going to find inside, however. And Ryan doing the wise idea, getting bopped around by the bunnies. So therefore, he's just going to go ahead and do an up and A right now to replenish himself back up to 3 hearts.
So those blue wizards are going to be potentially 2 bombs, potentially 3. I don't think they go any higher than 3. Yet.
You say yet. I have a feeling that later on in this brackets portion of this tournament, that yet becomes definitely. And wouldn't that be evil? There's our staircase. Here's our item.
In the Elite 8 flags, we go to ±4. And that's our ladder. That's huge.
Ooh, hello there, ladder.
Huge find by Ryan. You gotta imagine that RBG will be picking that up momentarily, I would say.
So, Dark Falls, we are now currently just past the hour mark of this race. Would you like to give people a synopsis of what we've seen over the first hour of this run?
So, we do have the item recap in the bottom left. The only items that are on that are the book in level 2, the any key was in level 1, heart container was the white sword item, everything else in the bottom left.
But also the seed began with Redbirdgrad choosing not to go to the Lake Armos and went a good 30 minutes without getting that Armos item that you see on the bottom, the wand. He did pretty well with it, and has found at least a piece of the puzzle. We have not found where levels 4 or 9 are just yet either. And we have the suggestion that one of them or both of them could turn out to be either power bracelet blocked or recorder blocked. We know that the recorder is in 5, as you can see on the tracker. However, we know that it is ladder blocked. That's your item. That's your game recap. Dark Falls, what else is going on?
So what's going on right now is RBG just picked up his compass, so he knows where to get that Triforce, and I think he knows where room it is because he stopped moving for a second when he picked that up.
And I think he probably had a few words to say about where that Triforce is.
And since this is speed gaming and it's family friendly, we will not be repeating them.
Exactly. And one thing to point out, as Ryan does pick up that blue ring, one thing to point out here, Dark Falls, this is not a loser is eliminated. Isn't that correct?
That is correct. The loser, well, the second place will go down to our secondary bracket. And I am not quite sure who they have at the moment. I'd have to take a look if you give me one moment.
Well, we've got probably another half an hour to figure that one out. Ryan checking over here on the Lost Hills Power Bracelet slot, finding a 27 rupee secret. This was a good money seed. That 27 is very, very deceiving under the fact that the top secret was 140 rupees.
And Redbird about to pick up his ladder momentarily also. We would be remiss in one thing that we haven't mentioned, Rick. This is actually a rematch of those Week 4 in Swiss. RG taking a win by about 7 minutes.
How badly does Redbirdgrad want to get this Triforce out of this hellacious blue Wizrobe room? Well, he's off to a very conspicuous start with that.
I think he'll try it, given that it's the forgotten spot and there's no quick way to get back here. So what he did is he touched the bunny on purpose to reverse his global count back to 0. So now he can kill the Tektites here, get a bomb count, and get some bombs back before going to fight these Wizards.
Oh, okay. Well, that definitely makes a note right here. So he's trying to preserve his count. And I think what he's going to try to do is boost the count by way of the next door with the red Wizropes. This honestly is a strategy that I wouldn't even think of. So this gives you a big credit to how well Redbirdgrad works for this game. Although he looks like he may have just swung and missed right there. Or did he get some?
I think he miscounted by 1, I want to say.
Well, let's see. There's one bomb. Get out of the door. These blue Wizropes do not want to give him any personal space.
Yeah, that kind of only 2 bombs per Wizrobe, so that's actually the better case scenario. At least it's not 3.
Gets the bomb force right there before taking a pop. Oh, he takes the death. That's going to reset the room.
Yeah, unfortunately he didn't save it, so he's going to go back in to get this Triforce. What he could have done is killed a couple of them and left the room, and when he went back in, everything else would have been dead still, but unfortunately he did not save the room beforehand.
So that means he's going to have to deal with the 6 blue Wizropes once again. And he's going to be a Band-Aid. And he has decided that this is just not going to be a place that he wants to finish. Oh no, he's resetting his count. That's exactly what's going on. Alright, back into this level 6. Back out of this level 6. He is going to try to boost up his count so he can go in with a full complement of bombs, maybe get a global fairy maybe as well. We'll go ahead and see, as Ryan is going to be inside of this level 3, trying to get this Triforce. Be sure to give both of these runners a follow. These guys are definitely working their butts off here to provide us with some good quality entertainment on this Saturday night. A great night for some racing here in the All Boards, No Swords tournament. Also be sure to follow my co-commentator Dark Falls, as well as a special thanks to Belmorty79, who's clicking those buttons in the background, making sure those icons appear as soon as those runners pick them up. Thank you for all you do. Oh, there's a beautiful fairy right there. That's going to give Redbirdgrad some confidence. He can take 2 hits without falling into the turn of a death. 1 more bomb. He has his Triforce out of 6. All he needs now is the level 4 Triforce. We still need to find where level 4 is. We still need to find where level 9 is. There's the Triforce out of 3 for Ryan. So he's got to get that Triforce out of 6. He knows what room it's going to be in, but where exactly does he go? Next, we'll find out.
It's really a matter right now of where are levels 4 and 9 hiding.
Absolutely. We haven't checked all the power bracelet spots at this point just yet, so there's still some possibilities out there. It looks like Ryan wants to take his full health and 12 bombs back to 6.
Now, we have our ladder now. I'm curious how long until they go back to level 5 to get that recorder. Because that opens up, I believe, 11 more spots for us.
I'm thinking at this point you're going to see both of these runners clear out what they can and then go back into 5. Here we go. Ryan going up against the Wizrobes. 2 bombs per Wizrobe. Get them all lumped up together, that would be great. That was a good HP dealt right there. There's a fairy there, but you're not going to chase it with full life.
You're not going to chase it with 4 blue Wizrobes looking at you either.
There we go. Takes a bop right there. Don't forget, he's also got blue ring on, so that helps him out too. He clears him out. There's the Triforce for Ryan. That is going to be his 6th Triforce piece. And we know 7 is a quick one if he wants to just get back in there at some point in time.
Yeah,
and he knows the red ring's in there too.
I don't think he'll be looking for it though, given that he has blue.
Yep, exactly.
Well, while they're walking around the overworld for a few minutes, if you guys are enjoying what you're watching, please give both of our runners a follow. Redbirdgrad, Ryin7, heck of a race so far. If you like vanilla play, Redbirdgrad, as we just said, is the newest member, well, one of the newest members of the sub-30 vanilla no-up A club, so show him some support for that. That's an awesome achievement. And please follow our awesome tracker behind the scenes, Bill Morton79, for doing a fantastic job as always, Bill. We appreciate you. Thank you.
So, to answer a comment here that's being inquired about chat, yes, we did see Ryan and Redbirdgrad both purchase hints. There's 4 on Raft Island on the coast.
I was gonna say, remember that raft I was making fun of earlier?
Yeah, but this one you could actually screen scroll to get to, but Redbirdgrad chose to take it the Raft Island way. There's our level 4. So the next question is, where is level 9?
Well, that's the thing. RBG is self-admittedly not very fond of the reverse overworld, so that's a clip that a lot of people won't think of. That's still one of those new nuanced clips that people are still playing around with.
Well, the thing is that inverted overworld is still a new thing. It was only added on into the latest edition with the beta first, and then publicly just before this tournament came out. So inverted overworld is still a new thing. And you know how it is with new things. There's still a period of time that you have to go through before you test it. And we kill a whole bunch of blue dark nuts to find the red candle. Dark Falls. Hey, Dark Falls.
Hey, Rick.
The bow's a 9.
As is our blue boomerang, so you know which one that means,
Who
right?
cares about the blue boomerang, though? The bow's a 9.
I mean, that's awesome for us. I wish the wand had been 9, but...
But they still have to go through about 50 rooms of torture trying to get that bow so they can do the final roast of Ganon.
Level 4 here being a Darknet party for Redbird. And this is going to be a first quest level 9, so that means we have a lot of staircases. And when I was giving my quick rundown, I did forget to mention, please give my buddy here, Redbirdgrad, a follow as well. Always a fantastic job when he steps in the booth with me.
Oh, I do appreciate it. I would plug you, but I already did about 5 minutes ago when you were away for a few moments.
Yeah, when you have dogs, sometimes they have to go out, so...
Well, when nature calls, nature calls.
'Tis true, 'tis true.
So we find out that nothing on the bottom was really needed at this point. Yeah, that red candle would have been nice about, maybe 70 minutes ago, but it's kind of lost its luster at this point.
Well, when you had the raft in 8...
Ryan is thinking about it. Ryan is digging a few extra rooms of this 7. Hi there, Goma.
Could be doing what we have kindly come to call the Rick 6, dubbed by, I forget who dubbed that phrase.
I really don't know who that is named after, and I don't really know what that phrase refers to. Enlighten me on what the Rick 6 is about.
So there is a particular Zelda 1 player that goes by the name of Adirondack Rick, who tends to check out at least 6 rooms in every dungeon to potentially see that item just hanging out for free. Now, this runner is very good at the game, so yeah. Ryan did do the Rick 6, does not see the item, grabs his Triforce, and he was saying goodbye.
To be fair, you know, the idea about it really is, you know, go in 6 rooms, and the idea kind of came about with, I spent way too much time. Just to speak about myself for just a moment here while we get away from the runners as we try to search for this Triforce in level 4 and see Ryan's probably going to head back to level 5 coming up in just a moment. But just like a big quick thought here, I found myself digging way too deep into dungeons. So it's like, okay, 6 rooms, I find something, then get out. Stop spending way too much time in dungeons that I really don't have the means to clear. Nice ladder clip there for Redbirdgrad.
Showing off one of the fancier Zelda 1 clips. This level 4 has been pretty heavily combat blocked. A lot of blue dark nuts in this level 4.
I wonder if Ryan may have just mislocated where that level 5 is, but hopefully he can get his way there soon. Now, we know with this being a dark room, this is not going to be... Oh, wow, that was close. We know that's not going to be the Triforce.
Dark Nuts getting their final revenge.
I forgot about this here, Dark Falls. We have ladder spots that we have to check still.
Yeah, remember I mentioned those fun ladder spots at the 5 minutes into the stage or so? Maybe we'll check now. Or just walk
or maybe
by
not.
RPG deciding to say goodbye to the wand. I'm just gonna blow the snot out of these orange dark nuts. Because they roll up on HP.
I like the fact that Ryan decided to push the block, and then it didn't move, so he pushes the block some more, and we'll find out, nope. So I'm gonna walk up the hill and see if it's up here.
So Ryan has pretty much caught back up, in just a matter of getting to level 4 now.
There's the Triforce there for Redbirdgrad. Thankfully, it's not on the other end of that hellacious blue Darknut room. So Redbirdgrad is perfectly ready to go into level 9. One problem exists, though, Dark Falls.
We kind of have to find it first.
That's right.
And we might take a lovely trip back in level 5.
I'm thinking at this point that we do at this stage. I mean, I think there's only one power bracelet spot that... Actually, no. I think we have to go back into 5. I think everything that has been power bracelet blocked has been checked. As Redbirdgrad getting hit with the Octorox to send him back across the river for 2 free trips across the ocean.
The only thing we haven't checked are those 2 ladder spots that Ryan just walked by.
That is right. As I mentioned before, maybe he will check them now. Maybe we'll go ahead and blast open a bomb wall here to find ourselves with a level 9 underneath one of these river spots. Looks like Ryan may be thinking about it. Looks like if I'm Ryan, I would be getting off this ladder and resetting this room.
I think there's one more to the left of where he was.
Yeah, I don't think he was at the right spot for it. I do not think he was at the right spot for it.
Hopefully for his sake, 9's not there, but we'll see when RPG checks that. Gonna check this spot here first, though.
We know this was a potion shop from when we saw it on Ryan's screen just a little bit ago. So I'm going to ask friends here that are watching us on Speed Gaming 2 or on the YouTube channel if this was pre-recorded. Where is level 9? Where do you think level 9 is?
I kind of think it's going to be in one of these desert spots, and we have to go back to level 5 to get that recorder. How about you, Rick?
I love the way you think at this point.
Normally, I would say all the way up on Death Mountain, just make them go back up there, but I won't in this case, just because that's where we start.
I'm getting a lot of people saying over at 1Q7 over at that lake. We'll see in due time. It looks like Ryan is making his way back through more of Candle Row. Remember, Redbirdgrad missed out on this bush earlier. Is this a spot? No, it is not. So Redbirdgrad fired the wrong bush, but it will not cost him in the end.
That's good to see, because you don't want to see someone lose a race because of a mismark.
Absolutely, especially somebody as talented as Redbirdgrad. And he's bombing every single hole to find out no, it doesn't work. And there's the bomb pickup for Ryin7 for the magical sword. It was obtainable at 12 hearts.
Or would you just trying to bomb everything? When in doubt, bomb it all.
So at this time, it is now safe to say we have to go back into level 5 and get to that one square on the map that the recorder is. Redbirdgrad knows it's one square. Ryan? I think Ryan doesn't know that it's just that one square. He may actually think it might be on the other end of that bait block.
At least he'll guarantee of what exactly is in the level 5 for him, but the one where it is actually closer than the far one, so.
Oh, that's right. That's one other thing to note at this point. Ryan does not know that the recorder is that item in level 5. Because in order to get that hit, you had to feed the bait. Have we even checked Southwest Corner yet?
RBG bombed the wrong side of it.
Well, he got no loitering here, did Ryan. Southwest Corner is going to be a take any for the 13th heart of this seed. Redbirdgrad is back in level 5.
And are you a fan of music, Rick? Because I am.
Oh, yes, I definitely am. And you missed a question earlier about this recorder, but we were in absolutely no location to be able to answer the question about what music's going to be played from this recorder. It's tough to say what music we are going to hear from this recorder this go around.
So I will leave it up to chat. Do you guys have any favorite recorder songs? And here it is right here.
Yep. This will be the recorder. Dispatch of the Aquamantis so he doesn't bother you while you're trying to do a block clip. There's the recorder for Redbirdgrad. I'm going to say that it is going to be in the graveyard. That spot that's considered a grave, but it's close enough to the dead woods. You know that one where you do the world wrap?
Yeah,
in
the
vanilla?
one that he's kind of heading over to now.
Not this one, but it will be his next one checked after this.
That'd be Jeopardy.
Yes. The answer is, where is level 9?
What is Death Mountain? ROG has to be careful here. A lot of Lionels.
So as I mentioned earlier, the way you have to go through this is up, left, down, left.
Up, right, down, right, you mean?
Rather, up, right, down, right. You see, Redbirdgrad is showcasing what right is. And there it is. Will he blow the recorder now and see that there's a spot here? It may not. It is a spot, but it's not level 9. It's no loitering.
No, we got one up here in the grave, and then we'll see if he saves and quits and goes back to the Death Mountain.
This spot is not as you see the whirlwind come away. And so Ryan trying to figure out where to go. He's a screen scroll away from getting to level 4, but he's not going to find it here.
This is one of those things where the raft spots can tend to be just in the back of your mind, just how infrequently they're actually used. Now, RBG does have a choice here. I'm going to check Vanilla Quest 7, and we'll see if this is in fact where it is.
It is! And everybody who was putting it down in chat about 5 minutes ago was correct. So, there are going to be 3 things we're looking for in this level 9. Dark Falls, what are they?
Well, we actually have a couple extra. First, we have to find the bow. That's going to be our key thing that we have to find. Secondly, we need to find Ganon. We'll be able to get Ganon from one room away. And we have Wizards on level 9, of course. And we will be looking for a single shorter that does not open right away. And that's where Zelda will be.
We find our first of the staircases. Redbirdgrad is one of those that believes in the principle of if you see a staircase and you're looking for an item, you take that staircase all the way through. You don't just go through one end, go back out that one end without connecting the dots. It helps eliminate your staircase possibilities.
Having these dark nuts in this level 9 makes it a little more intriguing to see possibly a couple more combat room block. Ryin7 about to find level 4.
So we come up to staircase number 2, a corridor staircase, and Redbirdgrad finding that it is nothing. The other item in this level 9, as you can see on the indicator on the bottom left corner, is the magic boomerang. That is not magical if you find it. That's a nice force right there for Redbirdgrad.
And you know he's going to find that first because, yeah, that's kind of what happens when you're looking for an item in level 9. You find the other one first.
Something, something, game knows something, something.
So that old man telling us something that we knew about an hour ago.
And we see the push block opening up that door right there, so therefore Zelda is not in the next room. And Ryan getting some old news about a gorilla grumbling along the river. And Redbirdgrad checking the wall, making sure that there's no wall masters inside, and that is not a push block for a staircase.
At this point, a compass would be very welcoming, I think.
Compass would be nice, but that staircase with the bow inside would be just as nice for Redbirdgrad. Just a reminder of the stakes of this race. Winner moves on in this tournament. They get to face a certain creator.
Yes, the winner of this goes on to face Fred Coughlin.
And the one who does not win this race, well, they are not done with the tournament. They go on into the elimination bracket of this double elimination bracket tournament. Staircase number 3. It's item 1. As predicted, friends, it was the magic boomerang.
So whoever does not win this will be facing either Zarnax 42 or Elendar. That match has not happened yet. That's still to be decided.
And that'll be a fun match, by the way. There's no guarantees in this tournament whatsoever.
Yeah, both Zarnax and Elendar are very strong competition, so either one of them would be very challenging to face, depending on who wins or loses here. Zarnax has been around for quite a while, so...
So Redbirdgrad is going to elect to use one of his potions. Ryan's going to have to be careful. He is in the room that will at least eliminate his choices. And then he'll know that there is a pretty good chance that that item that's left behind in level 5 is something he wants to have. That is a very important hint, Dark Falls. Why?
Well, we know level 9 is broken down into 4 quadrants: north, south, east. North, east, southeast, northwest, southwest. So that lets us know exactly kind of what 4x4 section of the map that Zelda will be in for.
Here's the third pair of staircases for Redbirdgrad. He's going to go ahead once again. Redbirdgrad is in that belief that you pair together your staircases to eliminate them so you don't come across the room later on to find out that it's another end of a staircase.
Yeah, by walking through, you basically eliminate 2. There are going to be 6 transports and 2 items.
Here's a single block room with a Patra. This, if the single block is a potential of a staircase, we won't know until we dispatch of all of the eyeballs here, or the Patrobes, or whatever you want to call this thing. Oh, Redbirdgrad getting beaten up just a little bit. Now we're just dodging into his own fire. Don't get hit with a Patra. You're down to a heart and a half, buddy.
I think they're called Patrites in the Zelda manual.
Either way, they're hell. That's staircase pair number 4. There are 6 pairs of staircases and 2 item staircases for a grand total of 14 staircases in all.
We have a single shutter. We'll see if it opens or not.
We know this isn't going to be it because this is in the northeast. Yeah, this is the northwest.
I can tell direction, I swear.
Well, Redbirdgrad takes a death right there. He ran into a trap as well as there was Wizrobes on that screen. Either or is back to start for Redbirdgrad.
Yeah, when you go into a room and you see a wizard in your first instinct is to go dodge downwards. Oh, hello, trap. Nice to meet you. Well, we still don't really care where she is at this point because we really want to find something else first. And Ryin7 grabbing his Triforce in 4.
We haven't even heard the roar of Ganon yet, so we still have that one to be solved. And everybody loves the shoot room, but at least Redbirdgrad goes in the right way. And I did hear Ganon.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's one kind of problem solved.
Ryan's got to go back to level 5, get that recorder. Level 9's just around the corner. That is staircase pair number 5 for Redbirdgrad. Redbirdgrad taking a lot of bops by these Patras right here.
At least when you kill a Patra, they don't come back. That's the one kind of saving grace of the Patra.
Here's a shuttered door in the northeast part of the skull, but he will not clear this room out. He wants to find where the bow is at this point.
RBG almost getting trapped a second time. Now this single shutter could be hard because it does lead over to the northwest. Northeast, I should say. Yeah,
and that's just on the other side of another shuttered door that was in this room here to the right. So that could very well be Zelda's room. In the meantime, Ryan is going back to level 5.
Now, if he gets into level 9 and RBG still hasn't found that bow, it's still anyone's game.
And remember, Ryan does have the advantage of the blue ring from a defensive standpoint. Just Ryan needs to figure out where this is. Here's a corridor staircase for Redbirdgrad. It is staircase pair number 6, I think. I don't think he has found... No, I think he's... No, has he been in this one? No. That's staircase pair 6. Next staircase has to be the bow for him.
Just a matter of where is it and how accessible is it at this point. If Ryan make up some time and takes a better path, he can definitely get this out still.
Tries the bomb to the left. Ryan still has some rooms unexplored in this level 5, so he doesn't know what Redbirdgrad knows. Oh, you could access it this way. You didn't have to take the ladder block. I guess, I don't know, maybe you had to, but there it is. So Ryan, if he goes immediately to the level 7 lake, he is going to be in level 9. And therefore, we will have a race, and if Ryan gets lucky, this could be a race to... And look where he is going!
Yeah, he's making the right play. He's going to go right over to that lake and blow the whistle. So now it's really just a matter of, can he take the right path before RBG can get it? RBG has a lot of information. He knows where Ganon is, he knows where Zelda is, but he doesn't have that bow yet.
That is right. And Ryan at this point should know that the bow is in level 9, but he's going to opt to take a health refill first.
Smart play, because it is a wizard level 9, so... Oh, hello, more blue wizards. And look at that map coverage by RBG. He has a handful of rooms left.
He has searched a lot of this level 9. That's the advantage for Redbirdgrad. He knows where 2/3 of the components are. And we know Redbirdgrad would rather forget about how his level 9s can be. This is one of them. It could come into play here. He has no idea that he has an advantage by how much he's explored. Where is this bow in level 9?
This is what RBG would call himself, sightseeing percent.
I think he's seeing total sightseeing percent in this one. Remember this room. This is the room that he died in earlier when he got hit by the trap. I was so expecting to see a staircase in that next room.
Like this one right
There's
here.
a staircase right here. Is this the bow? It almost has to be. It is.
So we know Ganon is like almost right next door, so RBG is probably going to pull this out. Only has to take it down to Big Pig and get back to Zelda, so it's going to be tough for Ryan to come back at this.
So now he's just got to find a way to get to Ganon. I believe he's on the left side of that chute room. Ryan taking a hit by the Patra right there. Redbirdgrad does have a potion in hand, has elected to use it before he ends up going into the Ganon fight. He was down to a heart and a half, I totally understand it.
Just a matter of, can RBG find the door into Ganon at this point?
Yep, he can hear the roar, he wants to get into that room. He's just probably getting a little anxious at this point because of how long this race has been. There's the door to the right, and here we go. It is Redbirdgrad versus Ganon. Fight!
Now he is on green tunic, don't let the red skin confuse you. So Ganon Hugs will do 4 hearts of damage. He only needs to hit him 8 times though.
He's got to watch out for the Ganon Hugs here. They will deal 4 hearts of damage. Gets the first hit. There's the stun lock. 3, 4, 5, 6. That is beautiful work by Redbirdgrad. Silver arrow to Ganon at Dark Falls. Where is he heading to next?
He is going to be heading back to that shadow door. It will open right away for him, and he just has to rescue the girl, and he will be on his way to a date with the one and only Fred Coughlin.
And that is going to be a heavy-hitting match right there, I guarantee. That's going to be a lot of fun watch. Be sure to keep an eye on the schedule when those two meet up. Ryin7 had a great run, just a little bit long to get to where level 4 is. As we wait to find that shutter door that will open up to give Redbirdgrad the route he needs.
Yeah, as you said, it was just a matter of Redbird finding level 4 before Ryan did, and getting back to level 5 maybe a little bit quicker.
Yeah, he had to get into the 4 when he did. He didn't get the 4 when he did. And Redbirdgrad has set up a date with F. Coughlin. He has won this race as soon as he can knock into the fire to stop the timer. Congratulations to Redbirdgrad. Get your GGs into chat for our race winner.
And we'll see if RPG wants to join us. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he'll have some choice words for this seed.
SRL time of 1:39:48 for the winner, Redbirdgrad. And I hear the ding. We have a Redbirdgrad joining us. Congratulations and GGs. Your thoughts?
Hey, thanks, man. I don't like inverted overworld. That's just my thoughts. That's about it. Everything else was
noticed.
I got so lost. I get lost in the regular overworld, man. Like from like screen to screen. I don't need this stuff being backwards on me. That's crazy.
If you go back and watch, you actually missed 4 spots that could have been troublesome for you. You bombed the wrong side of the mountain, and you missed one on Burn Row, but both of them didn't open, thankfully.
Oh, that's fantastic. GG, man. That's great.
So, just in theme with what the recorder theme was, did you feel that your run was in jeopardy at any point in time during this evening?
Yeah, I got a buddy sitting next to me watching. He's over, and I turned to him like several times, and I go, "I'm losing this thing." Like, I feel like I wrong ordered the seed. I got the wand way later than I wanted to for being a free Armos wand, and there was just. It was kind of a chain reaction thing that was an easy chain reaction, and I feel like I did misplay it in the middle.
So talk to me about that late recorder, or rather that late wand. What was your thoughts, and keep them PG friendly, what were your thoughts when you saw that wand at 29 minutes in?
Well, no, it's totally PG friendly. My thing was, I usually do a left side, on a regular map, I'll do a left side Armos play. And when I got to the Armos that's usually on the left side, and I was trying to figure out how to screen scroll into the bottom one, where the wand eventually was, I'm like, how do I get there? Like, instead of walking all the way around, like, how do you get to that spot with inverted overworld? I've never practiced that. So I did a whole lot of stuff in the meantime. And then I finally got there, and I'm like, 25 minutes ago, I was thinking, how do I get to this thing? And here it is, the wand.
So, level 9 being what level 9 is to you normally, you just had a really, really rough session of finding every staircase but the one you needed that had the bow in it. And how about that room there, the double, that lake, that island room with the stone traps and the whiz ropes in it?
Yeah, that was a mess. The whole problem was the first staircase that you took in 9, if you would have gone south, you would have found pretty much everything except for her. I mean, she would have been hidden from you at that point, but the bow is relatively quick and whatnot. But the problem was when you came out of that stairway, it was a Pole's voice that you couldn't kill because you didn't have a bow. So you went to the nearest doorway because you wanted to get out of the room ASAP, and you had to bomb south. So I don't know how you could do that 9 a little faster than I did. I know I went on a lot of different tangents and stuff, but the seed, that 9 kind of just led you that way.
So, with your victory tonight, your next opponent is going to be the one and only Fred Coughlin. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, Fred said 2 weeks ago, and I've got it written down, that he was going to forfeit. So, you guys remember that, right? Like, in chat, yeah, I swear to God, Fred said he's going to forfeit, so I don't think I have to worry about this.
We will see what his final determination is.
I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding. No, I look forward to it. Fred's great. He's a great dude, and he has a head and shoulders advantage on Rando over me, of course. But I'm having fun. I mean, these swordless is a challenge every time, and I feel like I'm playing a lot of swordless rooms right. And I killed some Moldorm tonight that I didn't think I was going to be able to with the resources we had. So I was pretty happy with the way I played. So who knows? He's a great dude, and he'll be fun to race. So
you say that people are head and shoulders over you. You are one of the newest members of the Vanilla Up A Stump 30 Club. I want to say huge congrats to that. That's a huge achievement. Dude, you're so much better than you give yourself credit for. You could possibly win this whole tournament, man.
No, yeah, thank you very much. Like, I appreciate that, and I'm getting better, so I realize that too. But I mean, it's Fred, So there's going to be very few people you can put up against him and say they can hold a candle to what he can do. I mean, he created the thing. He's going to know ins and outs that I may not know. The inverted he's probably played with more than I have, so he's got a definite advantage for sure. But yeah, I'm playing better, and I like the spot I'm in. I probably need to put a couple more practice seeds under my belt so I figure out which way to go in the overworld, but we're good to go.
So right now, Ryan is on the hunt for the bow himself. He entered 9 pretty much when you were picking up the bow, so that's about how much of a lead you had.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I did a lot of the overworld. I probably only had 3 or 4 spots on my map that I missed, and we know we've missed 3 or 4 more additionally than that, but I don't know. Ryan's a great dude, and he's very fast. I mean, if you watch him, I've watched him practice a couple times while I was eavesdropping in there to see how he was doing with these flags, and he was killing it. So Ryan's a tough competitor, and you know, I was fortunate to come out with this one.
He is in the upper east coast, so he's kind of on the wrong quadrant. He was down there. That moat room with the wizards kind of turned him around a little bit, so it doesn't matter him getting back down to that southern east west side.
I'm telling you, man, that 9's going to turn you around. Just the way it's laid out, it makes you probably go the same. He probably followed my footsteps on a lot of that 9.
Yeah, he's basically doing the exact same thing he did, pretty much.
Yeah, it leads you that way. And some 9s are like that. They just, I mean, you want to avoid combat you don't need, especially if you have the book and stuff and you're getting hints from the old man. So it doesn't. I could totally see why he's doing.
Now, did you only find 1 hint shot by chance? Because I think that's all we saw on Ryan's side also. Yeah,
I only found 1, and the other one's probably in one of those spots I missed, dude.
Well, it's probably gonna be one of the every quarter spots because you've only blew 2, I want to say, and he only blew 1. So.
Yeah, for sure.
So a lot of recorder spots out there.
But this seed gave you a lot. Like the 139, I'm pretty upset. You know, not being sub 130 on a seed that gave you a wand, and the hints were pretty good. I mean, the bow being a 9's a little unfortunate, but silvers were pretty free, quote unquote, and there wasn't a lot of tough combat. Just the blue wizrobe room in 6 that you had to clear, and a lot of blue dark nets through the seed. But you've got the wand, so it wasn't really that bad.
Going back to that level 6 that you just discussed, right before you entered that room to pick up that Triforce, I actually made a comment how we had no real heavy combat in the seed, and then you get the Triforce, the compass, and you walk in the room and it's like, oh, hi, wizards.
Yeah, I knew as soon as I got the compass, because that was the only room at the bottom that I couldn't clear, so I knew what was in front of me going into it. The issue was I was trying to build a 9 count, but you had a shuttered 5 Tektite room to the left of it. So every time you clear it, you're going to go up by 5. So what I had to do was, after the first time I actually was going to clear the blue wizrobe room and died in the corner because I either half-tiled myself or something trying to go back in the door and missed it. But then when I did it again, I had to go actually leave, get a 4 count so I could go down and get a 5 count so I could generate a bomb off the first blue wizrobe I killed, and that's ended up how I cleared that room.
That's a beautiful way of actually going about it. Now, one thing to note about Ryan, he is out of bombs, and there's only one enemy in this level 9 that drops bombs. And without bombs, you can't kill that enemy.
Yeah, where was the second bomb upgrade, or did Ryan see it or not?
We never the second bomb upgrade, we never saw it.
I'll say this, I felt behind enough that I knew where the bomb upgrade was on the overworld with the magical sword, but I didn't want to go to it because I just felt like I was too behind to go there at that point.
That's actually just a 4-pack now. It's not a full upgrade.
Oh, well, good. We're good.
Yeah, that was removed with the change from Swiss to bracket.
What I meant to say, it was a wise decision on my part just to leave those bombs.
Yes, very wise. Ryan, unfortunately, seeing that he lacks bombs to progress. Oh, there's a key right here.
Yeah, this is once again, this is an unfortunate thing. He's about to get the bow in this room right here. But the unfortunate thing is that without any bombs, you can't kill the only enemy that drops bombs in this level 9, that being the red wizrobe. So he's gonna either have to find a way to get to Ganon without, well, or he can up an A, But he's gonna have to find a way to get to Ganon without bombs or leave the dungeon, which is another option.
I don't think Ganon had a normal door. I think you had to bomb into him.
The only other way that Ryan is going to get bombs at this point is if he finds them by way of a room drop. So therefore now he heads into the shoot room. Now he knows the Ganon. The only way to get to Ganon is probably going to be from the left.
Yeah, he's going to have to exit and go to their bomb shop or farm some overworld at this point.
He does have 235 rupees if he chooses to do so, but once again, there's still a possibility that a room drop can give him what he needs. How about finding the magic boomerang when you're trying to find the bow as your first of the two items here in this level?
Rick, that's the worst. You know that feeling. You're like, all right, cool, staircase item, and then you see that magic boomerang. You're like, come on. And then that was like one of the first couple that I went down, and then it ended up being like the very last staircase was the bow, so it was the longest wait ever to get that second stair.
One other thing I did want to ask is, how about that 7? That nice and easy 7?
What was best about that 7 is because we didn't have bow and silvers yet, or I know I didn't at least have the silvers at that point, but I had that hint. So getting the book early enabled me to get the hint to 7 that was the red ring, and as soon as I saw the Triforce, I'm like, no, I'm out. This is great. It was a wonderful 7.
What jewelry is in this 7? I don't need it.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and the thing is that you know it's there. So if you encounter a lot of tougher combat or something that you have to get through later, you can always go back to 7. But you don't do that until the game forces you to. Otherwise, you're wasting time in 7 going to.
Ryan finding a pack of bombs on the ground. So how'd you like the inverted control bubbles?
At first I was doing okay, and then like the more that I was on them, the worse I did. So I actually had to up A and save a couple times because I just didn't want to deal with it. I was like, I'm just gonna go back to the overworld and up A. They're okay. I mean, it's the cool thing is Dark Falls is that Fred. Speaking of Fred earlier, he's put so many different options in this that. That's kind of one of those that some people are like, oh, I don't like the inverted controls, but there's so many things that you can do with this that kind of sets the randomizer apart from other ones, and I dig it. I like the fact that we can change all these things and make different tournaments unique and stuff like that. I thought it was a good addition.
By the way,
that and the slow mode, which one do you dislike more?
I have not experienced slow mode yet, so I can't speak on that one, but I think that one would be brutal.
I've heard that one's worse just simply because it causes you not to be able to do clips.
Yeah, that would be really, really bad in some places.
I'm sorry, Rick, go ahead.
By the way, just want to shout out the fact that Randomizer officially celebrated its 4th birthday 2 days ago.
Yeah, and it's come so far, and we're trying to get into GDQ, so if anybody from the GDQ crowd is listening and watching this thing needs to get in. Vote.
Don't worry, we're not doing inverted overworlds and sort of this stuff. Although, maybe we could raise money for charity for it. Hint, hint. Anyways, back to Ryan, he's on game.
He does have a blue ring, so he'll be able to take a couple hits. And he has 1 potion, I think. So, what's your thought on the wand again compared to sword again? I know some people can tell quite a bit of difference on it.
It's different because they're seeing that beam and they're hearing that hit the wall with the fire and stuff, but the stun lock's the same. Oh man, you took a death there. That's unfortunate for him, totally. Ryan's a good Ganon fighter too. The stun lock's exactly the same timing, and it's easier to pick up Ganon with the first hit because the wand box is so big, so the hitbox is. So I actually prefer the wand fight over the sword fight.
Yeah, he was down to 2 hearts and took a good old Ganon hug at that point, what we call a Hyrule driver in the community. Back to start he goes. The problem was he was too far up, and therefore he was right on top of Ganon's hitbox. At least he knows how to get there now. He also knows where Zelda is. So while Ryan is making his way back to Ganon, Dark Falls, what other races we got going on in this tournament coming up in the next couple of days?
Let me pull that up. Give me 1 second. Alright, currently scheduled. We have Captain Green versus Unos tomorrow at 10 p.m.
That'll be fun.
Absolutely, it will be. We have Carcar and VI versus Sausage Link on the 19th. That'll be at 8 o'clock. Random Effect versus Eat My Steel on the 20th at 11 p.m. Furious K versus King Doll on the 21st at 2 p.m.
That will really be fun right there. King Doll's had a lot of experience. Both of these runners, Fury and King Doll, are going to have a lot of Swordless experience at this point. As Ryan is back, Ganon versus Ryan, round 2.
Then we have Antlers and Zeb getting that one is actually one of my most intriguing ones. That'll be on the 21st at 10 p.m.
Please use the potion, Ryan. Please use the potion. There we go. We're going to pull out the potion because he, once again, was down to 2 hearts. And you do not want to suffer another Hyrule driver. You know, the worst thing about dying is when you die with a potion in your pocket.
I mean, you can't take it with you, so we might as well use it.
Yeah, this isn't those Valentine Day flags where you try to take a red potion to Zelda because that's in the rule specifications. There's the final blow. Ganon is down, and Ryan will be making his way over to Zelda.
And I'll throw this back on you, Rick. What speed game you have for over the next couple of days for us?
Well, I'm going to shout out a couple of things we got going on tomorrow. In addition to our Zelda 1 Randomizer weekly race, which will be 10 o'clock Eastern tomorrow, we also have a couple of special events going on tomorrow night that I hope you enjoy, or tomorrow afternoon. Coming up tomorrow 12 noon will be a Super Metroid Link to the Past relay race. A bunch of various categories. Bunch of your favorite runners. They'll be running various categories in a relay race between a whole bunch of people, so that'll be coming up 12 noon, Speed Gaming 1. Also, Ori and the Blind Forest. And if you haven't seen that before, they put a lot of quality into how they do their broadcasts. Ori and the Blind Forest, their championship match, coming up tomorrow, Speed Gaming 2, I believe at 3:30 Eastern
Rick, I just
time.
call you off for 1 second because RBG does have to bounce, so we're going to go let him say goodbye quickly. RBG, it's all you, my friend.
Oh, I didn't mean to cut in. No, but I just want to say thanks to you guys for taking your night out to do this race, and A+ commentary team. I know you guys killed it, but thanks to everybody. Thanks to Speed Gaming, and thanks everybody for watching. And I am out and look forward to the next one. Thank you.
We'll see you next mission.
All right, sorry about that, Rick. Go ahead, finish up.
I do believe that Ryan is almost on his way to finish off this seed. He's just got a couple of more rooms to go, and we'll put a cap on this race. Be sure to follow this tournament. Do !Z1R to get a full schedule of the upcoming races and whatnot. You know, it's been a lot of fun this tournament has.
Yeah, I'm really glad to finally get the call one with you. It's been a long time since you and I got to sit in the booth together.
Oh, definitely.
It's always a pleasure. You're always one of the best to call a match with.
I appreciate it. There's Ryin7 finishing off the seed.
Official time of 1:58:46. Let's get some G's in chat for Ryan. We'll see if he wants to come in have a quick word with us.
Oh, definitely. And I mean, the one big difference here for Ryan, although he had a little bit unfortunate luck here in this 9, is how long it took for him to get to level 4. If he found level 4 when Redbirdgrad was still trying to decide whether or not he was going to go back to level 5, this could have been a much closer race. Like, this really was a race that could go either way at various points throughout this run.
Yeah, absolutely. It was just a matter of which way you took. It was kind of like what RBG said about it being a right orders.
Oh, definitely. So we'll see if Ryan wants to come in and talk about this. In the meantime, once again, just a quick plug to be sure to follow both of our runners, Redbirdgrad and Ryin7.
And please show support to our awesome tracker behind the scene today, Belmart79. Does a really fantastic job this tournament, helps us out a ton. So thank you to Belle for all that she's done for us.
And I just want to remind once again, Ryin7 is not done with this tournament. He goes down to the elimination bracket, and you mentioned who's he got to face off against in the next round?
It'll be the winner of, second place between Elendar or Zarnax 42. Alright, Ryan will be joining us momentarily.
And I guess for that noise, we have a Ryin7 joining us. Your thoughts on the seed?
Was interesting.
What did you find interesting about it?
I was really hoping for not mirrored overworld. I guess that's not the interesting point. I guess it wasn't very terrible. It wasn't too easy. It was, I guess, kind of average. I think I got confused, and I thought I saw a secret where it said a feat of strength will lead to the heart container.
You did, but unfortunately what that meant was the white sword item, which was the heart container, which was at the second quest magical sword location.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that would have thrown us for a loop if we hadn't seen that for Redbirdgrad earlier on the run. So that was quite the location for that heart container to be considered feat of strength, but it was just the white sword item.
Yeah, I completely missed that. I was assuming Dungeon 4 was somewhere Power Bracelet blocked.
Instead of over on the raft. That would kind of explain why you didn't make your way over towards the raft island any sooner. Because that was one of the things that we were noting here towards the end, is if had you found level 4 sooner, you could have been a little bit closer to Redbirdgrad in the end. Your thoughts once you found level 4 and found that there was the red candle inside? Did you have an idea what may have been level 5 at that point?
I kind of figured I had to go back to 5 or 6. Well, I knew I had to. And I was just kind of guessing. You know, I had been around 5 a lot. I had been around most of 6. It was just kind of 50-50.
So
against, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was skipping over all those burn bush and bomb spots, because I was looking for the push block for 4. So, kind of unfortunate. I had to kind of retrace a lot of those.
So your next opponent's either going to be Zarnax 42 or Elendar. I'm pretty sure you've faced Zarnax a couple times, have you?
Oh, it's double elimination?
Yes.
Well, okay, there you go.
Yeah, you ain't done with this thing yet. You got another race to go.
God. I was kind of hoping it was over.
How about that early wand?
You know, with the starting location and the mirrored overworld, at least it kind of threw you a bone there.
Here's one thing you did see it if you just choose to watch the spec. You had the wand for about 22 minutes before Redbirdgrad was even to touch that thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he
Oh,
couldn't
jeez.
figure out a quick way to get down there, so we actually held off on that for quite a bit.
Oh, jeez. I assumed I was slow getting it. But,
Alright, so with that, I wish you luck in your race coming up this week. You have until the 26th to talk with Zarnax about that.
Well,
Okay.
thanks for Elendar.
Yeah, Zarnax Islander, sorry.
Well, we'll see how that goes. Anyways, so good luck to you in the second part of that double elimination tournament. Give it up for Ryin7 GG.
thanks, Rick. Thanks, Stark Falls, and thanks, SG. And it was fun.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and bring things to an end. Once again, we got some great races coming up on the docket, and both the Zelda 1 Randomizer and also here on Speed Gaming. Also a promo coming up in a couple of nights. We're going to do another push for sub 30 for the Vanilla Zelda 1 category. Because, you know, people are trying to get a sub 30 in that game. Kind of join Redbirdgrad in that sub 30 club. We'll see how that goes. Coming up Monday night, 10 p.m. Eastern on Speed Gaming 1. And we can maybe promote some sort of tournament they're doing. Coming up, a multi-category tournament at that. But we got to get out of here. Dark Falls. Promote whatever you want to promote, and we'll send it on out of here.
So we will say one last time, please follow both of our runners, Ryin7 Redbirdgrad, our fantastic tracker behind the scenes, Bill Martin79. My co-com today, I know I know Trick. I was Dark Falls. We will see you guys again tomorrow or later tonight, depending on what races you choose to watch. Until then, have a great night, guys. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for joining us. Good night.